We're the Montclair Dens, Montclair, New Jersey. We're a progressive group living in the Democratic Party. We have friends from across the state, and the purpose of this training is to empower the volunteers to take actions in your community. And so we every Thursday night we're going to offer different classes on everything from social media to how to recruit volunteers to fundraising. Next week we're going to have elected officials, how to best influence them. So hopefully this is education. And in the next day or two, we are going to announce our YouTube channel, and all these videos and the presentation will be available for everyone online. So we should have that up and running. So we just give it a couple more minutes for folks to get settled in, find their parking, you know. And by the way, you're just for interest, a little housekeeping. Everyone's muted because but we will have question and answers. If you need to have any questions or concerns, just go in the chat and young Tomas will take care of you. Um, so welcome. Here we go. Just wait a few more people coming in. All right. Well, welcome to I think our fourth class of Montclair Dens University. I see people from across the state here. And the purpose of these classes is to empower our volunteers, to give them the tools to organize the community, win the state, and win back the House and Senate in 2026. Tonight, we have with us Anthony Foster, president of the Montclair State University Dems. And who better to teach us about social media than a young man who's only known social media his whole life? So I have a few more people coming in. And so tonight, this is as the kids call it a remedial class, but I think this is basic information to teach you how to click, post, and share because Facebook is still the place where most people get their news, and we need to be active. And it's still the best place to organize communities on. And a little trick: as long as you don't click on an ad, as long as you don't do a sponsored ad, Mark Zuckerberg will not make any money off of you. Anyway, so Anthony Foster, president of Montclair State University, one of our star interns. Some of you, he took the election day bus down to Pennsylvania, and he's a big fan of his. So, Anthony, take it away.
Thank you very much, Kerry. I'm recognizing some familiar faces here. Good to see you all. But we're here to talk about social media, which is definitely the most important asset that any volunteer can have. If they know how to use it, they can turn the tide of elections, especially local and state elections, but as we start to scale up, even national elections. So I'm going to be sharing you a presentation provided by Hope Keel about how to use social media. We're going to be going through how to create a Facebook account if you don't have a Facebook account, how to post, what to post, Instagram, all that. But I think everyone needs to understand that social media is the new frontier. Social media is where all the battles are happening. You might hear of a culture war, but obviously people aren't really, there's not a lot of violence in the streets. The culture war is online. And so if we win the culture war and we win the hearts and minds of people, we could win those elections. The problem a lot of Democrats have been having is that a lot of us just aren't present on social media. We're just not getting our point across, and everyone's out there listening to Joe Rogan, so they're not getting the messaging that we need them to get. So I'm going to present a little slideshow here for you, and in case you're curious on how to become an effective warrior, this should help you get there. Social Media 101. So first off, I think we need to start with Facebook. Okay, Facebook is the most important platform for civic discussion in the world right now. Now, unfortunately, it's owned by Mark Zuckerberg, but that's where everybody is, right? So that's where we have to. The network effects that you're going to find on Facebook are incredible. You can connect with people you haven't met, you haven't spoken to since high school on Facebook. So it's incredibly important that we're all on Facebook, that we're all utilizing the service that Facebook provides. So let's start with step one. And that is, of course, creating a Facebook. So we're going to be putting some links in the chat for you. The first link you're going to be getting from us is the facebook.com website. So if you don't have a Facebook account, you're going to have to go to facebook.com, and then the link we'll put in the chat, and you're going to have to create a Facebook account. Just some simple questions about yourself, name, email. But let me answer your question, Jerry, where you said pretty sure Facebook is the place for 60-plus-year-olds. That's pretty much most of the people that vote in these local elections, you know? So it might be true that, you know, this is it skews older compared to Instagram, Facebook. But a lot of the electorate, a lot of the political discussion is happening on Facebook, and we'll get to Instagram. Um, but you know, it's hard to have a conversation on Instagram. On Facebook, there are posts, there are content that you can interact with more deliberately than on Facebook. So we'll get there. But hopefully everyone's creating a Facebook account right now. We're not going to be covering Threads or Twitter just yet, but we will get there. So let's see. Does everyone here have a Facebook account? We need to create a Facebook account. If not, you have that link. So I'm going to move on. So once you have that Facebook account, the next step is going to be creating a post. Now, a lot of you are on your laptop right now for Zoom. Some of you may be on your phone, so it'll look a little different when you're on your laptop, your phone. But generally, you're going to be clicking a little link that says something like "What's on your mind?" or type something. And if you look at the screen right now, move this out of the way, it says write something. I think that's a little older. I think now it says "What's on your mind?" When you click on that, you're going to click on that, and that's going to allow you to post. And we're going to be going into what to post, what to follow, stuff like that in a little bit. But that's generally what you need to be aware of. Something you definitely need to be aware of is your circle, is your network, right? So if you just go create an account and you post out into the ether, it's going to go nowhere. No one's going to listen to it. No one's going to hear it. I mean, it's just, there's no point, right? So you really need to expand that circle. You really need to follow the right people. And we're going to get into networking later down the line. But until you build that network of people, there's really no point posting unless you just really like it, but you're not speaking that anymore. Anyway, this is generally where you go to click to create a post. Same thing, this is what it looks like on a phone. You'll see it's obviously it's smaller for a phone. And in the little bottle at the bottom, there's a little plus sign. You click on that and you can create a post. You can create a story, which is like a post, but it will be deleted within 24 hours if you're just trying to share something small and you know, insignificant. Reels are just little videos, but we're just going to be focusing on posts right now because you can do basically all of those things in posts already. So again, that's how you do it on a phone. That's what it looks like. So let's do a little bit of practice. So hopefully everyone here can open up Facebook. Let me see, is everyone, if you can, just put this, minimize this, put this on the side. Let's open up Facebook. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now, and I'm going to open up Facebook on my computer, and I will show you what it looks like to make a post. So 1 second, let me open this up. I'm going to share this real quick. Screen. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is what Facebook looks like on a desktop. Hopefully you're not seeing too much sensitive information on here, but this is what everyone's Facebook is going to look like. This center area is called your feed. It is, I mean, it's kind of insidiously named. It's your feed, like you're some sort of cow, you know, eating whatever it feeds you. But that's what it is. It's a feed, and you keep scrolling. You're going to get content that the algorithm generates for you. But up here again, this is how you create a post. It says, "What's on your mind?" And so I'm going to click on that. And when you're thinking about what to post, there are a couple key things you want to keep in mind. First of all, no one really cares what your opinion is unless you have a large circle. So unless you have a large circle, I mean, unless you just want to share your opinion, it's not super important. Your opinion has to be based on something, right? It has to have some factual basis to it. You need to be sharing some sort of information that is interesting to people, or you need to be sharing something to people that they might not know about. So basically all of my family is Republican. So I have my ear pretty close to the ground when I say I know what the Republican talking points are. And a lot of the Republican talking points I hear are about Doge. And so I have this link over here from the New York Times. And this is about how Doge had claimed it saved $8 billion in one contract when it was actually $8 million. I mean, a huge accounting error. And so if I go back to my post, I don't want to just post some sort of ramble and rave. I want to post something interesting. And so I'm going to say something like, you know, Elon Musk wants to save the US money, but they can't even get basic numbers correct, or something like that, you know. And then I'm going to post a little link in there. And so when people see this, they're going to say, "Oh, Anthony's just being, you know, he doesn't know what he's talking about." but then they'll see this link. And obviously not everyone is going to be interested in this link, but you're just getting that information out there because there are a lot of people who believe that Doge is saving like a tremendous amount of money, and they don't realize that nearly everything they say is completely fabricated, right? And so you're starting this conversation, right? So you can quote people. I usually quote the New York Times, great source of news, but there are newsletters out there, everything like that. You're just trying to share information. You're trying to win that war, right? Because there's also an information war going on. What is real? What is false? And so anyway, once you've typed out your message, once you put a link to something or a quote or something like that, then you move down to the bottom. You can add images to your post. You can tag people. This is very important. So in this case, I might tag the Montclair Democratic Party, in case they want to repost it or something like that. I could put some sort of feeling attached to it if I'm feeling dismayed or something that, that they thought they found all this fraud, but actually they didn't. There's a lot of customization, but that's not super important. What is important is the post button. So I have a public account, so you actually could come and find me, and when we network later, you could come and find me, and you could read all my posts from the beginning of time. But some of you are going to have private accounts, and that's only going to go to your friends. So I know some of you, you might not feel comfortable just sharing your political opinion out to everyone in the world. So, just keep that in mind. If you have a private account, when you're creating your account, if you keep it private, it's not going to go to everybody. It's just going to go to your friends and people in your circle. But I have a public account. I kind of live on the edge. And so when you're ready, you post it. And just like that, it'll take a little second, but we'll just wait for the servers to process. It's posted. And so now here comes the next step. Now that we want to do something, we want to farm something called engagement. So if you're my friend and you see me post something like this, you would come over to my post and you would like it, you would heart it, you would do something like that. You would comment on it, right? And this shows people, this tells Facebook, oh, wow, this post that this guy is making is significant. It means something, right? And so when we all network and when we all join the same groups and we comment and we like these posts, it tells Facebook, you need to show these posts to more people. We've done studies where, one post got 10 likes and it was showed to 100 people. Another post got, 20 likes and it was showed to 1,000 people, right? So the network effects are significant. But anyway, that's just generally how you create a post. So let's move on from there. So now we're going to move on to finding some groups. So hopefully you all still have Facebook open and we have some links for you. First of all, we want you all to follow the Montclair Dems on Facebook. So Tomas is going to put in some links there for the Montclair Dems. That's our media apparatus, and you'll see us post through there. But we also want you to check out Jersey for Dems. And Jersey for Dems is this wonderful organization, this wonderful page that is run by our friend Robin. And it just has, they post content all the time that you can share to other people, right? Maybe you don't feel comfortable typing out all these things, but if other people have posted it, you can just share it and move on, right? Or you can comment on it or something like that, or you can express some sort of emotion, and then that will reach more people. You're just doing your social media civic duty. So hopefully everyone there, you got that link for the Jersey for Democrats, for the Montclair Democrats. Hopefully everyone's following that. Again, when everybody's following these pages, it increases the engagement, it increases the people who see it. And I want to explain that a little bit before we get on to Instagram. The way these social media sites work is they make money based on how long you spend scrolling on that site. It's like the Lotus Casino in Percy Jackson, where they drug you to keep you in the casino. It's like any casino. The longer you stay there, the more money they make. And social media works the same way. They serve you advertisements, so the longer you stay there, the more money they make. So if you are telling social media, hey, this post that the Montclair Democrats made, this is super engaging, I commented on it, look at all this stuff, Facebook is going to say, oh, this post is great, and share it to more people, hopefully keep them on the site. So if you're engaging with posts from the Montclair Democrats, if you're engaging with posts from Jersey for Democrats, you are sharing that, you are expanding the reach, and it'll reach more people. Okay. So let's say you go and check on the Montclair Democratic Party. This is what it would look like to you. And you'll see all these posts. You'll see, Trump came out and he posted he was a king. And so obviously we posted this. We live in a democracy, not a monarchy. So if you see any post you like, first of all, very easy, just like it. And as soon as you like it, immediately it's going to reach more people. But you can also comment. And you can also share, and that's this button over here. So if I click share, it'll pop up this screen. And I could say something about it if I can want. I could say, Trump is not a king or anything like that. Or I don't even have to. You don't even have to write anything. You can just click share now. And so now if I go back to my feed, let me go back to my profile. 1 second. Here we go. If I go back to my profile, you'll see it's this now. The post from the Montclair Dems is now on my profile. And I didn't even do anything. I didn't have to create the post. I didn't have to do any research.
And explain who sees it when you share it like that.
Yeah, so I have a public account, so anyone can see it in the world. But if you have a private account, which most of you will have when you create an account, it'll just be shared to your friends and family. So again, you don't have to worry about random trolls coming on and bothering you, especially if you're starting small and you don't have that many followers. Any other questions you think I should answer? Should you leave your settings to public? I mean, I like leaving it on public because I think it allows people to find me easier and it allows me to connect with them easier. But yeah, it's up to you really, because you're also inviting some trolls. There might be someone who's having a bad day. They're going to comment something silly. So
If you're new to this or you have a small community, keep it private. Create your own community of like-minded folks, and until you get fear, you really have to understand trolls and public nature and until you get really confident on using social media or Facebook, I would keep it as a private, Wouldn't you agree?
yeah, I think especially if you're starting small, if you're in a class like this and you don't understand social media and how it works, I would start small. You always make mistakes, and you don't want to amplify that by being a public account in the beginning. But if you're relatively savvy, you want to do it, it's up to you. But I would start small.